feeling like a celebrity on the stage. Nigga, it was nasty out there in the Carolinas. You know what I'm saying? It boy, I can tell you some stories. You hear me? Right? Yeah. Yesterday's price is not today's price. You dig? I beat out Wolfgang Puck. His that was one of his catering companies that was in there. You heard me? So that was kind of like a big thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Just getting into that industry now and seeing how these competitions work and being able to win over people that's established.
You won an award for the egg rolls, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the award-winning egg rolls.
Award-winning egg rolls. Shit, right? It just was up from there. Nigga just was trying to do everything from there. From that point on, nigga was opening up for different acts and shit. You know what I'm saying? At that time, Hurricane Chris came through or something. Nigga did so with him. 3-6 Mafia was doing some type of concert. Nigga, and y'all really was the inspiration behind that. Because I felt like, I don't know, at that point in time, like when we went to hanging close, I just felt like nobody was cooler than more diverse than my rounds. You heard me? Like, I was the one that had to go home early. You heard me?
For real, boy.
Niggas ain't want to come get me. Like, nah, bro.
But then you double back and was like, wait a minute, check this out. I got 3D9T on there.
Shit, on the real, I'm like the motherfuckers that's dodging the fucking
We'll say that for your comeback episode, baby. You know.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
couple of them stories up, baby.
Yeah, that's all good, brother. It's all good.
What's up with y'all? What's up? Round Podcast. What's up? It's a comedy gold. We kicking it right here at the Legends concert. All the legends, you feel me? I'm a legend. I'm a young legend. You know, rocking Rounds Podcast, yo, shit.
If you like the content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Trey. This is for my niggas. My niggas, no. Real shit, only fuck with them niggas I'm still with. I still with. If I'm in a fix, they bout some trill shit. For my rounds, I'll peel shit. Devise plans to get a meal ticket. With that attitude like we'll get it. Still busy, still with it. Looking over haters like they lil midgets. Noisy hopping around the night, camouflage like lil crickets. I got a problem with me having just a lil digits. From the city where niggas lie, kill, and steal for riches. And I done been around and even met some trill bitches. Broads harder than these niggas real snitches. I never tell on the soul, that's cold, a real sickness. Love run deep, I won't speak with God as my witness. I never mix with fake niggas because it's bad for business. And when I eat off my plate, I eat off clean dishes. That's why I'm testing my faith, about to get on my mission. It's real over here, daddy, so won't you take a listen. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, you heard me.
I keep my circle slim and crash trim.
Big ups to the fam. Shouts out to the team. Welcome to the Rounds Podcast. If it's your first time rocking with us, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you've been rocking with us, then you already know what it is. 4 rounds, mainstream news, pop culture, a little bit of family business. As always, got my rounds with me. Got Cuzzo Ren, a.k.a. Kareem Goodball. What's good with it, cuz?
What's good with it, Cuzzo?
Cooling like a smoothie, bro. You know, this it's a kicking it with cuz. To a certain degree, we got a special guest interview tonight. You know what I'm saying? So get a people a little something.
Yeah, we're gonna hit them with a little something different today. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one of the rounds because it's a whole bunch of us. Y'all just don't even know. Y'all ain't even start to scratch the surface. But also we're gonna be interviewing it because this particular round got a lot of things going on. So we gonna hit y'all with all that.
All right, bro. Before we bring him on and get it popping, let's do our top 4s real quick. get that out of the way, then we could, really set this bitch off. So give me your top 4 appetizers. You feel me? Top 4 appetizers, brother.
Okay, so for me, man, I love a good crab cake. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I'm a fan of them crab cakes. Another one I like, I'm gonna say the spinach and artichoke dip. That be on point. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you know me, you gotta know. I don't know if it's on the menu everywhere, but a lot of places they have wings as an appetizer. Give me some of that. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, believe it or not, I'm a fan of soups and salads. Give me a super salad as an appetizer, and I'm good.
Right. Now I wasn't expecting you to hit with the salad and shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you threw me a little for a loop on that one, but healthy. You know what I'm saying? I do know you like to watch what you consume, so shouldn't have been surprised there. Props. I'm gonna go with chicken and shrimp and bruschetta, which is basically chicken and shrimp wrapped with some bacon, look like some barbecue sauce or something. I like those. Potato skins, homemade meatballs. You feel me? Not the processed shit. We want the homemade daddies. And then we're gonna try to be a little elevated. We're gonna go with a charcuterie tray. You know what I'm saying? Little meat.
Wait, what? Say that again.
Charcuterie tray.
What the fuck that is?
It's like meats, cheeses, grapes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I like to have a little pita bread or something with my
about.
shit. But yeah, a little wine, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's that fancy shit, cuz.
Yeah, well, I said we're gonna try to, make it seem elevated. We're gonna do the charcuterie tray, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, my top 4 appetizers, bro.
That's when we're amongst mixed company.
There you go. Business shit, we gotta do a little politicking. We want little light bites and drinks. But yeah, that's it. And we ain't gonna label this thing, cuz we gonna get it popping. I'm gonna drop this little clip. You can introduce our guest, and then shit, we off and running. Appreciate all y'all for rocking with us. Appreciate y'all in the comments. It's the Rounds Podcast.
Get it.
Wait, pause, stop, let's take a photo. Get that money by any means, that's the Franken motto. Wait, pause, stop, let's take a photo. Get that money by any means, that's the Franken motto.
Bring it straight to y'all. Like we said, we got a special guest today. Not only is this the brother responsible for all the mouth-watering dishes we saw on the montage just now, but also he responsible for the intro. You know what I'm saying? He go way back, one of the rounds. You know what I'm saying? My partner, my ward in my round, Chef Trigga. You hear me?
What's good with it?
Whoa, what's on with your fellas? What's on with your my rounds?
What's good with it, brother, man?
Yeah, man, cooling like a smoothie on the high Tuesday. I don't just does it, I do it. You understand? You mean what's out? Yeah.
Oh, but it's been a long time coming, man. We've been wanting to get you on the show and chop it up with you. You know what I'm saying? So, but to start off, it's kind of like we did our top 4 today, and our top 4 appetizers. And since you the chef who be in the kitchen hooking it up, what's your top 4 appetizers?
Some duck nachos. You can make them exotic, you dig, with the duck on it and a nice
That's that fancy shit.
Yeah, like I mean, every now and again, dog, you stuff out there, you like, yeah, I ain't never had this. This is nice. If there's something like that, of course, one of mine that I make, you dig, the crawfish andouille egg cheese roll. That's one of my favorites. But I done ate it so much in the last month, I don't even want it. You heard me? Um, shoot. Oh, and all right, the the shrimp. I got just like the shrimp wrapped up in the with the bacon with a jalapeno with some crab meat cream cheese up in the jalapeno, like the yeah, like some shit like that.
Hey,
Bacon wrapped crab meat. Uh, Damn, I forgot the name of it, but you know what they call it, Corey.
you don't do a
Mhm.
Muslim version of that, like without the
Oh,
swine or something?
oh man, shoot, we could wrap it in some turkey bacon, bro. You get
There
some
we go.
turkey
There we
bacon,
go. There we go.
get a piece of turkey or something, you man. Uh, and shoot, man, I'm simple, you dig. I'm like, I said the nachos. It's probably in between some tater skins and some wings, you dig. Like wings, because you could do so many different flavors with the wings. That'd be a highly appetizer.
Both I said that. I said the wings, of course, and he said the tater skin. So, you
Yeah,
know,
I don't know. It's hard for me because I eat all type of, I love food. So shoot, I be everything equally great for me. Like it just depends on what day.
Well, definitely welcome you to the show. Like say, long time coming. Appreciate you coming on. You know, we do the full rounds. I guess I won't try to kind of walk it down from the beginning. Like Cuz was saying, you did the goddamn theme song, bro. So you got a musical background. We could touch on some of that. But out the gate, dog. For me, come get me, dog. Still one of the fucking hottest joints nigga done made. You heard me?
That's real. Dog. I feel like that too, man. It's crazy because it's like that's man. I ain't to me. I'm a fan of rap period. So I mean, me making that's one of my favorite songs, like forever, like for anybody. If anybody would have rapped other than me, I would have been like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just because I don't know, it's heartfelt. I feel like um, when I wrote that, dog, I was looking at the perspective of that if you from when you get in there or you're about to go, whether you in there an hour or you in that bitch for some years, you going to bed. You heard me? Because I kind of got the it was a case study, so to speak. You feel me? Like, of course, they had partners that didn't went in there, and some did longer than others or whatever. So I wanted to try to get down to like, all right, if any part of that bitch, if you gonna feel this, whether you in there for a traffic ticket or you in there for a body or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I approach that, bro.
Bro, like I met you in the city, you know what I'm saying, through Gabe and them messing with Big Dog, y'all doing the rap shit. Then when I came out to Houston, shit, you and Ren was already out here, you know what I'm saying, doing the damn thing. I know me and you used to go to the goddamn the flea market and shit, drop the little shit. So with the rounds track, dog, because you done had a couple versions to it, you know what I'm saying? Banger for sure. The newest one with 3D on it, obviously we big fans of it. But like give a nigga a little, I guess a little bit on how you came up with that one, you know what I'm saying? Because again, another banger by you.
Right. Shoot, bro, and I would say it's gonna sound cliche, but not really for me. I wrote that for y'all. You heard me? Like that was my inspiration was being around y'all with that shit there, cause like you said, it's a lot of us rounds. You feel me? It's different pockets. Like one may meet the other through the other, and then we all became a little closer than just I know him from him. You feel me? You know what I'm saying, from each other, knowing families and what have you, did. That was like a collective of each individual person that I hold closely like around, yeah, my brothers, y'all, you feel me? Like it was like me describing this what he'll do, this what he'll do, this how he is, you know what I'm saying? Of course, my family, my brothers too, my real brothers. And shoot, y'all really was the inspiration behind that. Cause I felt like I don't know. At that point in time, like when we went to hang close, I just felt like nobody was cooler than more diverse than my rounds. You heard me? Like, man, look, man, it was crazy. Cause I think back on like all the times, we older now when we used to really kick it. You know what I'm saying? Before we got families and got married and et cetera, you dig? It was like we had a person for like if they had a group of females, we had an individual for any type of other female that you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's your type right there. You like her, you think, oh, we got a tall one? Oh, all right, you heard me? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have a leg, you know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the neo store, whatever, ratchet, all type of chicks, you heard me? So that jug is funny, dog. It's just everybody have their own, it's in the box but outside the circle type, so to speak. You feel me? Like we nip tuck, even though all of us have different traits. You heard me? That's different attributes that I hold fucking dear. Like ain't nobody cooler than my niggas. You feel me?
Well,
So I'm gonna keep it 100. I might be a little biased, but that's like my personal favorite out of all your songs. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was a fire song when I first heard it. But then you double back and was like, wait a minute, check this out. I got 3D9T on there. To me, she one of the coolest female rappers, period. You know what I'm saying? So just how did that collab even come about? Like how did, because I know from the time when you initially dropped it to the time when she got on it, it was like a time frame in between that. So how that came about?
Man, this is a blessing. You heard me? Cause I mean, I ain't, you know, it's been there. I kind of moved on to other things. You heard me? It wasn't really primarily, you know, focused on fucking with the mic at that time. You did. So, you know, you at your end like, man, I still love it, but how passionate am I about doing it or whatever. And shoot, out of nowhere, my people called me. He was like one of my managers up in North Carolina when we was doing it hard. You heard me? And he had called and he was like, he initiated that. He got in touch with her and her people. You dig? He asked me about her like for sure. He sent the track to her. You dig? She sent it back like yeah. And I'm like, oh, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, that's pretty much how it went down. It's simple, but it's complex because I feel it was a blessing because it came out of nowhere. You feel me?
Well,
he just so happened to have the ties. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sing you something. He hit me up. He sent that to her. I'm like, yeah, send that to her. You feel me? Like, shoot, she one of the coolest, if not the coolest. You heard female. I didn't heard rap. You know, especially coming from the city, because you know we vibes. You know, I try to ride with us. You dig? But she make you want to ride with us. You feel me?
real shit.
Yeah.
No, I think she really you know, she out there as far like I said, when you told me she was on it, I'm like, oh shit, that's big, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's true. That's a blessing right there. That wasn't nothing but Jesus did it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought about, bro. When we was talking about doing this, I was like, shit, boy, y'all don't remember the motherfucking. Well, yeah, that's the one, bro. Hey, dog, I didn't your brother do music too? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was doing it, right? He was doing it. Like I say, he was out there in North Carolina, and you know he was doing on another level too. And that right there was a blessing for me to go out there and mess with them because it was so many. It was a mixture of so many different things. Like it wasn't just like I'm around. You know, because when we was young, you coming up off of cash money and you know, and be like, oh man, your style like Juvie, like Soulja Slim, like Wayne, you know, whatever. You heard me? But when he was doing it, it was dudes that was from so many different places that it allowed me to, you know, I was playing with stuff like, you know, you mastermind, you bouncing ideas off your mind from they point of view and that, you know, whatever you did. And he was out there doing it it was a radio station. He had a nice little run. He even had a couple of managers and people trying to take some of the artists that he was dealing with and try to give them development deals and stuff. I was a part of that. You hear me? But it kind of fell out. It twindled off, bro, because everybody wasn't on the same playing field. You know, niggas ain't thinking they ready to party, but they ain't really ready to work and expecting other people to pay for this shit before we make something.
Nah.
So we kind of like priorities got in the way of that little movement, basically. But it allowed me you know, see things differently, and then that'll change my pen a little bit. You know, around different styles, it it kind of help you build you there. That's why most of these rappers do, they be having a team of people. And you might say that's just writers or whatever, but you getting, oh, I just thought of an idea and he wrote that down and like, all right, I'm gonna give you some money for that idea. You feel me?
Right. Not real shit, dog. Like I said, bro, I just wanted to walk down the street with you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Especially how, you know what I'm saying, how I really link with you, you know what I'm saying? And cause, like I say, fuck, the theme song is yours, you feel me? To kind of just walk them down your background a little bit, let them know, how you get down, came through it. I know we're going to progress to what you're doing now. Next round, I know Cuz going to start, I guess, with your cooking journey, you know what I'm saying? But definitely wanted to touch the music right fast before we, get into the meat of this shit.
Oh yeah, most definitely, bro. Man, we started out just like back, in high school, whatever. We're in the back of the building. Somebody putting a beat on the back, you go to, feeling it or whatever. And shoot, man, I used to love that shit. So I just started trying to play along with it and stuff. I had met up with Calvin really through Kyron and Jay, you feel me? Everything really started out with, with me hanging around Rent. Yeah, there. I had met Calvin, then we did the Have Not shit. That was like kind of a nice little vibe. We bouncing off each other. You dig? It was, in the early stage, we playing around and what your hand is, what you write. You dig? So that was kind of like, I would say, the beginning point where I kind of was starting like I was getting better, but I ain't really get better, to be honest with you, until I started. I guess when I took it, when me and him kind of split up and I was by myself. Because like when you rapping with people, sometimes you run an idea by them and they might not like it and you throw it away. But when you by yourself, you just like, I'm a run with it. You heard me?
Say about how long y'all been rocking? You ain't Cuz, man. How long y'all been rocking, boy?
Oh, man, shoot, since I was like 16. So it's like...
Yeah, that's a long time, dog.
Like 16, 17
years. He was still in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. It's been a minute. We up there. You heard me?
Yeah, that's a good 20. You know.
Yeah, it was a good 20 plus. I know it's nothing less than 20. Most definitely nothing less than 20. Cause look, nigga, I was the one that had to go home early. You heard me?
For real, boy.
Niggas ain't want to come get me. Like, nah, bro, you gonna have to go home.
Like, no, we gonna be out here. We like, you already know what it is.
It was all good, you dig? So I remember one time, nigga ain't want to take me home. I caught the bus, bro. I was like, hey. Look, I think I was, and nigga was out. You heard me? Had to be Bayou Classic or something. You know what I'm saying? So you know how the city was, man.
Look, that's when you know shit bad at home.
Yeah, you're like, fuck that, I'm out of here.
Oh man,
old school mamas, you hear me?
Trying to tell you, man. Trying to tell you. She was so old school, nigga. She'll threaten you about leaving, about kicking you out, and then when you try to get kicked out, she lock you in. You're like, all right, I'm out of here. Where the hell you think you going? For real.
Oh,
man. That shit was crazy, but like I say, it molded us, bro. And from that connection right there, then me and you gave, and started rocking, you heard me. And we was trying, I remember that time we was trying to collab, have like the movement type of shit going, like, like all the cliques there, No Limit or whatever. We had the Ransom Squad, right?
Yes, sir.
You heard me? Yeah, man, that's right. That was like fire. Because like I say, we got, and the thing about that, bro, because it was sharpening, because everybody was so competitive in that type, like everybody felt like it was freestyle time, but you come up in my face, you're getting it. You heard me? There was so many little sides, like move over, let that. I'm the big dog type of.
Oh yeah, you definitely won't have the weakest shit. Like.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. Look, if you came in that bitch and you, look, I'm gonna tell you, nigga had to have confidence fucking around with that. Because if not, you'll sit to the back. And look, I'm gonna be real. Sometimes I tell you, like, all right, y'all, you go ahead. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? If it was like jump rope where that nigga ready to jump in that bitch, nah, I ain't gonna do it. You dig that nigga first. Let me go back. You hear me?
Yeah, you double dutching. I feel you, nigga.
Yeah. But that was stop, man. Look, that was fire because, like I said, it's still sharp and still, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never forget that. You hear me? And shoot, man, like you say, when we made it to Houston, we had started trying to deal with he was an ex football player, whatever. He was trying to get his shit up to par. You heard me? And he was dealing with, the likes of your boy who took that he took that 6-shot beat and made it do the hooker or something. You heard me?
All right, yeah. I remember the song.
Yeah, but we was dealing with his cousin, whatever, like, and his cousin was dealing with Harvey. And Harvey, I forgot his name, he was an ex-football star, whatever, you heard me? Was bringing us around, to little mansion parties and shit like that. You dig? But I never could really get it popping in H-Town. I just probably because, after everything happened with the, shit was kind of fucked up. Then nigga had wrote, come get me and shit around, whatever. And I was in jail for a hot little second. That's how I moved from H-Town. And then when I went out there by my brother, that was like when it started popping. I was getting on the radio. We had studio time access, shit there, and everything. You feel me? And shit, bro. It just was up from there. The nigga just was trying to do everything from there. From that point on, nigga was opening up for different acts and shit. You know what I'm saying? At that time, Hurricane Chris came through or something. Nigga did something with him. 3-6 Mafia was doing some type of concert. Nigga did something, and shoot, nigga just was feeling it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I miss it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, real shit.
I miss it. I ain't gonna lie. And I got the chance to feel like, how niggas be feeling like a celebrity on the stage. Nigga, it was nasty out there in the Carolinas. You know what I'm saying? It boy. I can tell you some stories. You heard? Shit, on the real, I'm like the motherfuckers that's dodging the fucking
We'll say that for your comeback episode, baby. You know
what I'm saying? All right. Yeah,
couple of them stories up, baby. We ain't trying nobody.
That's all good, brother. It's all good.
Shit, I'm gonna hit this bell, dog. I'm gonna let you take over this next round. But yeah, man. Good shit, Trigger boy.
For sure. Thank you, brother.
Good, y'all still rocking with your rounds. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And we still kicking it with our round, Chef Trigga. And now we gonna transition to the food because when you was talking about your top 4 appetizers, you mentioned the crawfish egg rolls. First of all, I'm gonna tell y'all. If y'all ain't never had a motherfucking crawfish egg rolls, y'all slipping. With the sauce, them bitches off the chain. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna just get that out the way. But I want you to tell us like how you made that transition from rapping and making songs and shit to like, chefing and doing the thing with that.
Oh man, I mean my past, I've always been a greedy kid, bro. I used to be Mikey, you heard me? You know that old commercial where they give it to Mikey here.
Yeah, give it to Mikey.
I was Mikey, you dig? So I always was loving food. And shoot, bro, nigga Justin and them used to laugh at me because they had like career days and all that shit at school. And for me, I'm thinking, we like, all right, what would I do? Because I felt at that time I still was gonna be a rapper, whatever, you dig. But I'm like, what would I do if I wasn't rapping? I'm like, well shit, niggas getting, laid off and shit, all these robots and shit. I say, man, nigga gonna always be hungry. You feel me? And nigga was laughing at me, talking about he want to be a baker. I was like, nah, dude, but niggas always gonna be hungry. You could always feed somebody and make some money. You feel me?
Real.
And so shit, that's why I went into it. I ain't started taking it seriously till a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Like me, it's like I had the talent for the flavor. You feel me? The tongue was the talent. You understand? Hello, lady. You heard me?
Yeah, I know that's right.
You been a fool with that tongue, huh?
But for real though, like me just putting flavors together was a talent, but I ain't have no background on how to put the shit together. I'm still, I'm using the boxing enhancing and shit like that, as shit I learned from my mom or whatever. We had the little Zatarans box, get you some, some jambalaya, and you just create that. You try to take that as your base, and then you build off it for the feed so many people. Because shoot, we had 8 people in the house. You feel me?
Right.
So shoot, it's like you may see one box, but she didn't added rice and everything to that. You know what I'm saying, like that. So I never really learned how to do stuff from scratch or whatever. So after I, was like, fuck, I'm twiddling my thumbs. Then graduated school, and I don't know if I want to go to college today. I'm gonna try it out. And I was like, fuck it, let me go get a, because the city anyway, that culinary arts or whatever, you get you a trade dealing with the stuff that's in your city. You feel me? So shit, I went to Job Corps for to hook that up, bro. I finished. I ended up start working in the quarters, and that's when shit, shit kind of just took off. The passion, learning how to do shit from scratch and learning the procedures from school, how to match stuff with this and match stuff with that, learning your base sauces and all that shit. And the shit was so intriguing, dog. I just stuck with it. I ain't feel like I had other jobs, bro. Even laid my mouth there washing barges and shit, but nothing felt as fun as cooking. I felt like, to be honest with you, I'd be smoking and shit, bro. I feel like being a chef was the the only thing I guess I could get high and do. You heard me, at a good level. You feel me? Real, because I'm saying you're gonna be tasting food and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you already munched out. You think? So I felt like if I ever get to a point where I don't feel like quitting, I could still have a job and still make this money. You think? And shoot, man, we took it from working in the quarters. I ended up moving to Atlanta. You dig? I studied under the dude from Florida. He had his own little spot. I'm learning shit from him. Everywhere I went, I learned a little something and took it with me. You dig? And it's just like a nigga, it's levels to everything. And you always want to try to make your shit a little bit better than what it was. So you don't get in a rut where everything the same and you're not able to change the game with the next thing that you're dealing with. You heard me? It's always bossing up. It's levels, like I said. So shoot, man, me learning from different places, because like everybody don't eat jambalaya, gumbo, and all that stuff like we eat. Like coming out of New Orleans, and it's like, all right, nigga, I know I need to learn how to make these staples, because that's gonna get me the respect of my people. You feel me? But shoot, at home, nigga, everybody mama cook gumbo good. And I ain't gonna say everybody, but for the most part, you heard me. Now I know for sure, you dig, Miss Betty, she put it on my mind too for to get better, because her shit was better than my mama shit. That's hard to see. You feel me?
Moms.
You dig? Miss Betty, shit, nigga, the gumbo, the red beans, the stuff, bell peppers, and the dressing, nigga. Boy, when y'all nigga used to pass out, they had that in the refrigerator. Oh man, shoot. Okay, I was like a thief in the night, but I'm trying to. Let me see, he still got some of that shit. Oh man, you heard me? So she made me want to, aspire to be as good as, on that level with it. You heard me? Well, I could make somebody denounce their mama cooking. You heard, like,
right.
He said denounce.
Mama, you was the best, but I went by Miss Betty the other day. I'm sorry.
So you went to different spots and picked up a lot of different styles, which is interesting because being from New Orleans, it's like we the food capital, but you were still open and aware enough to be like, wait, everybody ain't gonna like jambalaya and gumbo, so let me expand my shit. So what I want to ask you is, what would you say is one of the most difficult dishes you've had to create over your time?
Sure. Dang, that's hard, dog. Because once I would learn the procedure, it wasn't difficult no more. You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
I mean, you ain't gotta make it difficult. Like, I mean, if that's your that's your thing, like if all this shit easy, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Maybe it's the gifted hands. You hear me?
Yeah, I think all of it easy, dog. But bake like in the baking area is harder because it's more science. You feel me?
Oh, like
Like
more exact, right, right.
yeah, like baking and shit. Like so that's something I never really just jumped into. I got your staples where I already know, I know how this gonna come out.
They cooking the art, baking the science, huh?
Right, right. You did because all the measurements got to be exact for that thing to come out right. You could teach baking. You could teach baking better than you could teach a person to prepare good food. And I had to say good food in front of that because just because you know how to cook something don't mean that it tastes good. You feel me?
Props.
Hence the talent of the tongue, ladies. You hear me? But you know what I'm saying? Like you could, I got this saying too about people. Like just because you a chef don't mean you can cook, and just because you can cook don't mean you a chef. You feel what I'm saying?
See, that's deep right there.
That's real. Because you got so many people that you could get a good meal, but just managing and knowing how to fucking produce that bitch and put it out is something different. You heard me? We got a lot of people that know how to cook at home, but we ain't got a lot of chefs. You heard me?
That's true.
That shit different. You dig? And learn and that's one of the things, dog, as far as like learning the palate, learning how the flavors of different things and how to season shit. That's what you need to focus on because once you learn how to cook a steak, all right, that bitch needs to be 165. Let me flip it over, whatever. Everything else after that is like just me enhancing that way to do that. You heard me? But my flavor pattern, and this is another saying, you did quote me on this. I season first what I want them to taste last, and I season last what I want them to taste first. You heard me?
Wait, hold up. Say that again. I might have to get a pen or something. I might have to write this shit down.
Look, I season first what I want them to taste last, and I season last what I want them to taste first. You feel me? That's when I'm building my flavors. Meaning, like, for instance, if I know black pepper is gonna give you a little bite at the end, you heard me, make your mouth water. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit you a little harder than a white pepper. But I'm gonna start off with my pepper, then I'm gonna go probably savor. I ain't gonna go straight garlic. I'm gonna go onions because garlic a little stronger than the onion graduated onion powder. You heard me? And then I put the garlic in there because it's strong, but you building a flavor palette. You feel me? It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna just season this bitch in a kind of way. You dig? Like you could do that. Don't get me wrong. If that's your role, that's cool. But you could get a little bit more out your flavor, flavor palette if you start building your flavors like that from the ground up. You heard me? Like I start off like that, and then closer to the end, I'm coming to whatever genre of food I'm cooking, whether it be an Italian season or whatever. Hit my herbs at the end. You feel me? Because I know them herbs gonna set it off, and that's what's really making my chicken taste like Italian chicken, or making my jerk chicken taste like a jerk chicken if I'm putting a jerk on that bitch at the end. You understand?
Okay, so if they want to go and check out more of your food and more of your, because it's a lot of pictures and videos and stuff like that, give them your Instagram. Tell them where they could see more of these, where they could book you if they have events and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
most definitely.
Look, Trey, check this out. We halfway through. Take you another sip. When you come back, you can let a nigga know all the information you was trying to let him know. Gotcha, dog. 1 second, baby.
Classy, bold, sophisticated. When it comes to your hair, there can be no shortcuts. Your hair is an extension of your style and absolutely essential to who you are. Enhance your beauty with natural looks. Book your appointment with Blessed Hands Beauty Salon.
Credit is important. Why? Let's say you get a $250,000 mortgage with a 30-year fixed rate. With good credit, you'll be paying 2.75% interest with $117,000 total interest. But with bad credit, you'll be paying about a 4.35% interest rate with a $198,000 total interest. So a person with bad credit will have to pay an $81,000 difference. And that's for the same house. Let us help you make a better decision today.
Better than last time. I need it better than last time. I need it better than last. Better than last. Better than last. Better than last. I need it better than last time. I need it better than last time. I need it better than last. Better than last. Better than last. Better than last. I need it better than
All right, we back, Ron's podcast. Benjamin Ness, Cuzzo Wrench, Chef Trigga, Trey in the building. Shit, before we left off, you was about to hit them with all your information, where they can find you, so forth and so on, and then shit, we'll keep it moving.
Yeah, shoot, I'm at Instagram @ gotta be good food. That's GOTTABGOODFOOD. And you can find me there. You can book me there, and you can see a lot of visuals over there too.
All right, bro. Shit. I think before we took the little break, man, you was talking about building flavor profiles. That's how you said flavor profiles.
Right.
I had a question for you. I wanted to know, like, I guess misconceptions people have when cooking and shit, like things people think they supposed to do that they probably really not supposed to do, but they think that they are supposed to do them. If that's making any sense to you. Like, do you run into shit like that when you talking to people about food? You know what I'm saying? Dealing with motherfuckers in the kitchen. Say that again.
You said basic what you asking about dealing with people in the kitchen trying to run day-to-days.
Yeah, like, you know, you dealing with somebody and they think, you know, like, because me, you know, I cook, but like you said, I ain't no chef, but you know what I'm saying? So I might be approaching it one way thinking, you know, I'm doing it right, but you know, you being a professional, you actually know,
Well,
man, you're killing yourself.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have different ways to do things. Sometimes you could cut corners or whatever. The day-to-day, a lot of times, you know, like cooking food perfect to one person may be different than to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Because some people like they steak rare, whatever, they eat their tuna, they want to see it both sides, you know, whatever. You heard me? But it's really perception and what you're trying to do. You can go in a different in a different kitchen, and the way they do it is gonna be totally different than how you was doing it one way. But if somebody asks you to cook some rice, you know, just the rice need to be cooked, so you just cook it however you know what I'm saying. It ain't too technical or whatever, as long as that's cooked. But if I got some tuna or some fillets, and I ask you to cook it, I ain't telling you to cook the whole, you know, you can't cook that bitch all the way well done. You feel me? Because that ain't how it's supposed to be cooked.
Right.
And that's a lot of stuff we get wrong. I mean, you know, because shoot, I was like that too. I ain't want no pink in mine when I was growing up. You dig? And my machine know nothing about it. She just making sure they cooking tender. You heard me? But that wasn't how we were supposed to eat it to get the full flavor about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shoot, there's a lot of misconceptions, but it's really how you run your kitchen. Is that how you do your thing?
So with that being said, like, what's some of your? I mean, because I know me, I love like I said, the crawfish egg rolls. But what's some of your staple dishes? This is a question I always ask people when they say they could cook. I always be like, if you was on Master Chef, what's your dish that you would present to Gordon Ramsay?
Oh, it'll be my stuffed fish. My stuffed fish with the crawfish butter cream sauce. You feel me? Like, I put that against anybody. Challenge, you heard me? Anyway, wherever you want to come from. If you want to do a stuffed fish with the crawfish butter cream sauce, we could do this. You heard me? We could have a battle of the barbershop plates, nigga. I don't care. What's that? I'll put it up against anybody, but my stuffed fish, like, and it could be any fish. It could be. I like catfish because it's I mean, I'm used to that. I like that. You heard me? But I didn't use flounder. You know what I'm saying? I didn't use all type of different ones. You know what I'm saying? But and each, I mean, of course, I'm gonna probably cook it a little bit differently as far as the timing or procedure or whatever. But it's gonna always come out good because my stuffing off the chain is big, and my crawfish cream sauce probably better than most restaurants. You feel me?
Okay. Um. So, all right, like Cuz said, we walking down the road, and this is something I'm curious about because, like I said, this is my dog, this is my brother. So one day, I'm scrolling through Facebook. Oh shit, Trigger is the private chef for one of the Saints players. So how did that come about? How did that come into place? And was it more challenging, like cooking for a high level athlete?
Yeah, yeah. Man, the way that was yeah, bro. That was like a fire little time in my life where I took it like I felt I could take it to the next level. Cause at that point in time, dog, I wasn't even in the kitchen, bro. I was driving a truck for Boys Head, delivering, you know what I'm saying, delivering food. So it wasn't nothing but a blessing because my sister, my brother-in-law at the time, he was cutting the Saints hair. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the alley hoop. My sister worked for the Saints, so they needed a barber. She just passed it along. So he happened to be cutting Jarvis' bird head, and Jarvis was like, "Yeah, man, my chef quit or whatever." Who? So he was like, "Man, for real?" And he just gave me a phone call, and I talked to him, and he was like, "If you could come over here tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, and hook us up something, then we go ahead and go from there." I was like, cool. So I went over there. I can't think of what I did, but I knew it had shrimp. It was on some like, all right, look in the refrigerator, see what I got, and go ahead and do, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just whip something up. So I think I probably it might have been a pasta, bro. It might have been something like that. And shoot, man, I hooked him up, and he asked me how much I wanted. And I mean, I ain't know at this time, I'm just like, man, if you could pay me, I didn't know what that would cost. Because, keep in mind, I'm there 3 hours for, 4 hours a day. I was like, shoot, man, that's great. You heard me? So, shoot, man, I was working for him. And it was challenging, dog, because what people don't know about them athletes, dog, they get fined for getting out of their weight class, right? And plus, they got a scientific thing with them. I still got the sheets, matter of fact, of everything that he can eat and what he can't eat and what he can't eat too much of. You feel me? They got it down to a science for his particular blood type and body type, nigga. You heard me? They making warriors out there.
That's from the nutritionists or something, huh?
Yeah, man. The nutritionist telling you like, all right, he can only eat cherry tomatoes twice out the week. You feel me?
Right.
Like that shit down to a science, bro. So yeah, it was a challenge because shit, like I just told you, bro, I'm coming up. Oh, you jambalaya? I got you, bro. I don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? But
I can't eat jambalaya, buddy.
Yeah, he ain't eating none of that. You dig? He like, man, heavy on the vegetables and give me a protein. You dig? And fuck, I'm feeding him his old lady and his brother and his mama sometimes. So I'm coming in. I have to come up with different things that's gonna go along with them lines of what he can eat and what he can't. But it got to be flavorful too, you dig? But I mean, he paying me for the groceries, everything cool. I'm going at Whole Foods. We getting ribeyes, we get sea bass, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? $50 a pound. Like shit like that. You heard me? But every day I'm looking at something. You're like, what's on the menu today? So I got to come in there. I already have a menu set up or what I'm gonna fix him. Have the salads or whatever because he, all this nutrition, bro. It was a challenge because he didn't eat none of that stuff. Hey, I'm talking about I fix a good dressing, man. I don't know, his mama must have messed up the dressing or something. Because they were like, no. I couldn't stand dressing when we was young. I'm like, what?
So they wouldn't tell you what they wanted. They would just ask you, like, what's on the menu today? You had to come up with a whole meal.
Yeah, a whole meal. I'm like, going to the store. I might go to the store and while I'm there, I'm going to get some ribeyes and I'm going to get maybe some salmon, some chicken, different proteins. and then I come up with whatever we eating, you know, that day prior or whatever. I might give them a whole menu saying what we gonna eat on what day and trying to separate it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and dog. I mean, if we was winning, I'd probably still be cooking for them. You dig? You heard me? But by us losing and they had to blame somebody, I knew and he was within reason, you know. Nigga could have blamed him. You hear me? Because not so much as he was why they was losing, but he wasn't why they was winning. You heard me? As you pay a certain amount of money, you looking for the cash back in, you dig? So every time I tell somebody I cook for them, they're like, oh man, well shoot, can you you know they'll be saying little slick shit. Can you do something to make them play better? You heard me? Or they'll be the worst thing, like, man, you should put some laxative in this shit.
Oh, god damn.
Hey, bro, you know we got the worst fans, right? They like, shoot, we the best fans, but the worst at the same time, bro.
Well, another thing I wanted to ask you about, like, so that's a situation where you're describing like basically cooking for a high caliber athlete. I guess I would ask, what's more challenging, cooking for him with all the restrictions, or cooking for like a whole lot of people, like a wedding reception or something like that?
No, cooking for him.
Damn, more challenging than a wedding reception?
Yeah, cause dog, it's different. You heard me? The wedding reception, I cook all this stuff at one time. I got, you know,
ain't no restrictions. Like,
yeah, you know what you're looking like, everything the same. But for him, it's different because it's not gonna be the same. I got like a wedding reception. I put it out there, you get your scoop. For him, I got a portion meats, making sure, all right, it's 4 ounces, you know what I'm saying? It's lean meat, you dig? Like, you know, like if I could go to a wedding reception and I cook them, I take some New York strips or whatever. For him, I gotta have filet mignons and all this other stuff. Where on a wedding reception, man, all of them the same, you know, temperature. I just throw it out there, bam, and make sure it tastes good. With him, it's like I gotta make sure it tastes good, make sure the portion's right. You heard me? And I gotta be on time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I gotta do that on the spot. With a wedding reception, I'm prepping days ahead of time, you dig? I'm prepping to the point where all we gotta do is I want you to grill that chicken over there. I want you to go ahead and heat up this and heat up that, and we put it together and we roll out. You dig?
Now that's interesting that you would say that that's more difficult to cook for him than to cook for a bunch of people. Because when I think of like cooking for, like, you know, some of the big events and stuff you be doing, I'd be like, God damn, that's a lot of people you about to feed.
Mm-hmm. But it's easier because I don't know, it's just easier. Dig? Once you make enough time to do all that in a timely fashion where you really ain't ripping and running. If you got help, then you know you ain't ripping and running. Me, I be doing it by myself. So sometimes, like, yeah, I'm ripping and running it there because I want everything to go smooth when it's time to eat. Like, I don't want to be running like a chicken with a head cut off, like right there when it's like, oh man, you got 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, but this chicken take 15 minutes. You heard me? Like, I'd rather get that shit out the way. With him, your dig is just it's like everything, every little mistake you make could cost you, you know what I'm saying? It cost you your job, but fuck, that's money right there. Like, if I would have took advantage of that situation, bro, I mean, my shit probably have been really took off, you dig? Because while I was cooking for him, what I should have been doing was putting my card up in his teammates' lockers. You feel me?
Right.
So I could get like 3 for the price of 1 and shit. You know what I'm saying? When I'm doing meal preps or whatever with fire stuff and coming to bring it to it. Man, they had one of the chefs that I actually, follow in New Orleans. She didn't call me for some stuff, but I was out here. And I appreciate her for that. She cooked for Brandon Ingram, you dig? Now, she had it to where she, like, I got maybe 5 of these players. They need some. I need some help. If I could get a good circle of chefs, you heard me? Man, we could go ahead and look. And if they win it, and if they progressing, then they gonna fuck with you forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gonna
Whoever
make
could
money.
cook for Zion and get his weight right, boy, they about to be rich. You heard me? He need a nice little meal
I'm
plan.
trying to tell you. You there? But
Wow.
of course, what it's more pressure, but you want that shit there. You want that because that's level up for you. You know what I'm saying? It's harder, don't get me wrong, but shit, it's better. It's a better harder. It's
Right.
like the stuff you gonna run into with that over there is different than your obstacles over here. You feel me?
Nah, real shit, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Chef Trey, bro, we about to hit you with the last round, baby. We appreciate you, everybody, for rocking with us. Shit, I guess we'll be in the comments responding, cuz Ren. We on our last one, baby. Now, Trey, I got one for you for sure, bro. Give me like some dishes, man. On either like some romantic type shit, you know what I'm saying? The good or something. You prepare that, set the mood type shit. And give me something on like the aphrodisiac type shit and something, healthy for the brethren. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but for the romance, uh, you dig, it's always a good thing for a good steak, or you think um steak or seafood, surf and turf, you feel me?
Yeah.
Lobster mac and cheese, that go pretty well over, and you can pair it up with a nice good piece of fish, you heard me? Or a steak, you dig? Uh that's really one of my go-tos right there. If I cook that, and I like I say that stuffed fish with the crawfish cream sauce, some asparagus, it did. But broccolini, I like broccolini better than asparagus right now.
Okay.
It did. That's a little something different. That's a little long kind of, it ain't as crunchy as broccoli, but that bitch nice and lean for you. Um, let me see if I got one more for you. Risottos. You feel me? The risotto. That's like a rice pasta. If that makes sense. If people don't know what risotto is, I do a fire little crawfish risotto. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You could jambalaya that thing out and add what you would add to. You know what I'm saying? You could do so many different things with it. But it's like I wouldn't say top tier upper plan, but it's up there. It's not like your typical um just rice or rice pilaf or something like that. You heard me?
But dog, when you say risotto, most cooking shows I watch, they always fuck themselves when they try to make the risotto.
Yeah, man, they fuck this up. Cause like the thing about risotto, man, it's a slow stroke, and you gotta cook that like you cooking red beans, bro. You gotta have it low, and go over that, stir it a little bit, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let me add a little bit more chicken broth to that thing. You there? Because if one thing about it, like you want to try to stay kind of perfect with it, because if it's too wet, then it's like you know what I'm saying? And if it's too dry, then it's even worse. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
it's like you want to try to be somewhere in the middle of that bitch. You dig? A little sticky, a little wet, and able for you to dig into it. You hear me, ladies? But anyway, you dig? But and shoot, that we getting to that dog. Look, bro, and look, bro. The thing about the food and shit, like I like to eat good food, and a lot of times the shit don't work in our favor as far as a man doing manly things, testosterone, just all around health. You dig? And a lot of times, fuck, we just overlook that shit. You know what I'm saying? If we be doing too much of one thing, you hear me? Like for men, what I've learned now, like red meat, that shit ain't, you can eat your steak, but don't eat too many of them bitches. You feel me?
Right.
That fuck you up. You dig? Like it make you lazy. And for me, I be having like crazy dreams after I eat me a steak, dog. Like I think me and Jadakiss was saving the world one time. You heard me? Shoot, bro. Real shit. You dig? But you want to try to get stay away from the starches. Like I say, man, when I was cooking for your boy, he really stayed away from it. He'll do a little starch every now and again, but it'd be like a cleaner starch, like some sweet potatoes or something like that. You know what I mean? And you always roasting stuff, you dig? We need to get more into eating like melons and cucumbers, kale, things like that, because that shit help you too. What you're really doing, dog, is cleansing your body. Like if you can eat something and then later on down the line you do a cleanse, not nothing that you be like, all right, I need to take the day off of work for this shit, but just eating some of them foods that clean your gut. You hear me? That's gonna help you. That's gonna help you when you're trying to do your thing, when your man thing hang. You hear me?
Word.
Like grapes, dates, stuff like that, raisins. You hear me? Like shoot, that's one of them super foods that if you ain't doing that, let that be your snack. Go ahead and get you some raisins like they used to do back in the day. You hear me?
I hate
That shit gonna help you. I know. I used to eat them when I was young just because I wasn't supposed to. You dig? I see Posse eating them bitches. I'm about to, and as soon as he leave, I go get me some. You heard? Like, but like today, I don't even like oatmeal raisin cookies like that. You feel me? But I force myself to eat them when I'm trying to adjust my diet a little bit. You know? Yeah, I've been eating like watermelon like crazy just for to try to lose weight, because a lot of times, bro, it's your gut, it's in your stomach. You heard me? So shoot, nigga, watermelon, get your little green juices and ginger, pineapple, all that stuff. If it kind of flush you out, and once you get regular to with that flush, then you're gonna start feeling better. You dig? You're gonna start moving around better, especially if we getting up in age, bro. We ain't no spring chickens no more. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really start taking a little bit better care of your body. And I ain't saying you gonna go cold turkey off certain shit, but sometimes you ain't gonna have no choice if you don't fuck with it. You dig? Don't wait till you have dead for to start trying to live a healthy long life. You feel me?
Bro.
Shit, nigga, that's one of my goals for this month. You heard me, to try to shed some pounds down and chef bait. You understand? For the summer, I'm out here.
I feel you. Look,
you heard me?
I know cuz gonna say we gotta get out the door, but I got like a double question for you, because I like to hit with the 2-for-1. So what I'm gonna ask, because you rap and now you cooking and this and that, I would ask you if you could do excuse me, this kind of came about when you said the Jada Kiss thing. If you could do a collab song with any artist, who would it be? And if you could cook a dish for any person, who would it be?
If I was on, all right, if I could collab with anybody, it'd probably be, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably going for J. Cole.
Right.
Because I know from the perspective I respect that nigga at, it's just gonna only make me go harder. You heard me? And I feel like the mind frame that I'm in now, you dig? I can navigate that realm that he in, you dig? You heard me? And who I cook for? I cook for Jay-Z. That nigga for real in real life. And that would be somebody I would want to cook for, because I know, once I do that,
Look, we've been trying to get you on the show, bro. We glad you finally got on here, dog. We're gonna definitely try to get you back on here. Keep in mind, again, this is a dude who did the intro song. This is a dude who make the crawfish egg rolls. Y'all gotta have them. Make sure y'all follow. It's gotta be good food on Instagram.
I appreciate you, dog. We out the door. Cuzzo Rent, Chef Trey, Benjamin Ness. Shouts out to the rest of the team. It's the Rounds Podcast.